Yes, and still today, he would wonder how the hell did I manage to predict that it's his cousin who was the real thief. When you practice magic regularly or meditate, you will certainly have such experiences. Now, here's an interesting story that comes to my mind where the universe initially acted like a total jerk, only to pleasantly reward you later on. Here's how the story goes. Once a man named Samuel gets into a bitter argument with his neighbor. He's been staying there for a decade or so, but then his neighbor of lately started acting weird. They were noisy, they lacked basic civic sense. So even though being a peace loving person, he decided to confront the neighbor and it got ugly. Situation escalated and the cops got involved. So, frustrated, Samuel does what any sensible, peace loving person would do. He went home hunting. And fortunately, he finds a bigger, better, the most beautiful house which he has always been wanting in his favorite posh locality at an unbelievably low price, which he would not have ever dreamt of, getting such a deal. It was like a stroke of miracle because the place was just beyond his budget during those days. So, leaving behind his conflict, all these negative thoughts and feelings he was harboring for his neighbor, he just went straight ahead into the deal. He sold his existing house and he moves into this dream villa, if you will. In fact, he could have never regretted, days later, getting into all the tussle and the argument with the neighbor, because without that none of these things would have happened. He would not have been at the right place at the right time to strike that deal, to negotiate for this awesome deal for this new house. Now I know what some of you guys might be wondering, because I can see that on your face. I know this man Samuel personally because, friends, Samuel is none other than me myself. Yeah, that's right. Practicing magic rituals has strengthened my core spiritual core, if you will. And now the subconscious works for me, even without my own permission. In fact, there are days when I forget who I have become. I forget about my beliefs and this magic and the practices. But my subconscious has this momentum still going inside my core without me even knowing it. And it works on its manifestation even without my knowledge. And those are the moments when I get surprised and I get reminded, hey, you are a practitioner of magic. Don't give up yet. Don't give up hope. Something is round the corner. So, have you guys felt lately? It may not be now, but at some point of your life in the past, where things were never going right for you, and later on it's suddenly all turned around. So don't freak out when these things happen just yet, because it might actually mean there are things about to take turn for the better. Keep your eyes focused and you'll start noticing signs that your luck is changing. The universe has this very weird, sneaky, and sometimes very irritating way of dropping hints at you. You know, it's just a sign, it's like a heads up, but it has its own weird language which we human beings don't understand in this three-dimensional world. These signs might seem small at first, but paying attention to them can give us pretty big insights. These events might even freak us, but they're actually pretty cool once you get used to them and you change your perspective and the way you perceive it. It's like the universe is saying, hey, pay attention, something is happening, something is about to happen. See, those are the ways universe are giving us heads up for the upcoming change. And then there are those dreams and visions. Ooh, they feel way too real just to be just a dream. They can be kind of spooky, and they are actually trying to tell us something again. just in a different language which we don't understand. They might be warning us about stuffs we need to watch out for, or giving us hints about what's coming up next. Oh, and have you ever noticed about seeing those same numbers or animals everywhere you go? I know you guys have heard about this a lot. That's another way of, universe saying, hey, check this out. Synchronicities. And sometimes we feel like we've been watched, or like there's someone with us in our room when we are all alone. I know it's a bit creepy, but actually it's just the universe reminding us we are not alone. Even that's a language. It's kind of comforting once you get used to it. I rather have the universe spook me rather than bore me. Spooky is better than boring, because spooky is a language, boring is dead silence. Universe is ignoring you. That's what I think when it's boring. And then there are those random encounters with people who seem like they were sent into our lives for a reason. They might have some wisdom to share, or just there to remind us that we are all connected in some ways. Their problems are the same like our problems. The universe works through the quantum field to get some message to you, because our languages are different again. Confronting our fears can also be a big sign that things are about to change. It's scary, but it's also when we get the most, we grow the most. The elites and those in power, the secret societies, they don't want you to break out of this fear based reality. Because beyond the fear is your new reality. And don't even get me started on those weird physical sensation when we get sometimes. It's like our bodies are trying to tell us something, but not sure what it is. You see, actually, scientifically, I'm not sure if I can use that word. It's your chi energy being comforted by your guardian angels. And yes, we all have one, or probably many. Who knows? And finally, those moments when everything just seems like perfectly aligned. It's the universe saying, hey, you're on the right track. You are about to see more synchronicities. So next time you notice any of these signs, don't freak out, my friends. Don't freak out. Just take a deep breath. Who knows? Universe is really trying to tell you something, but just in a different language.